Hello and welcome to Hoop Plus Fit with Scarlett. In this video, we are going to go through a 10-trick beginner sequence. If you don't know these tricks already, then don't worry. We are going to go through each one in detail, break it down, and learn how to move from one trick to the other with nice smooth transitions. At the end, we are also going to do a dance run through with music, and this trick sequence will repeat itself. So yes, my dears, by the end, you're going to be flying. Before we get into that though, we are also going to do a nice stretching warm-up to make sure that we are all limber before our hula hoop workout. If you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, click like and subscribe. And also, you can click on the links below to find out more about online classes and courses with me. Starting with our feet together, we're gonna pull all the energy into the midline. Legs are strong, chest is above your hips, and we're gonna reach our arms up to the sky. Just stretching up tall, reach one arm, then the other. Just getting a first, limbering up, stretching, and warming. Okay. So now we're going to push down with our right hand, like we're pushing down to the ground, really lengthening out our neck here, and the right arm comes over. Stretching your head to the side, and then we're looking down to the ground. And up to the sky, back to the original position, and up. Pushing down with your left now, bring it up and over. Breathing deep into the side of your neck here, and looking down to the ground. And up to the sky. Back to the original position. And up. Fantastic. From here, we're going to lift our arms all the way up to the sky. We're going to bend it back and start to fold forward. You can have a bend in your knees and let your head hang. Breathing deep here. And then you can bend at your knees and slowly roll up. When you get to the top, we're going to roll our shoulders back. Nice, strong, big rotations, and reverse it. Bringing them forwards now. You can bob your knees a little bit to the music, feeling the beat. Excellent. Straight arms leading with the baby finger all the way back. We meet up at the top and reverse it. Excellent. Bring your arms out to the side, cross your left arm across the body, right arm pulls back. Keep that shoulder down so it's not creeping up. Breathing into the back of your shoulder here. And then take your hand to your elbow and bring it behind your head. And release. Now we're going to bring the other arm across, bringing it back. Hand to the elbow, bring it behind your head, or next to your head, shall I say. And release. Now you're going to bring your hands forward. You're going to put your thumb onto the squashy part of the back side of your thumb and get a nice stretch across your forearm here. Breathing deep. And then pulling back your fingers, Stretching out the wrists. And then underneath. And release. Excellent. Let's take it over to the other side. Stretching your hand down. Awesome forearm stretch. And then pulling back your fingers. And underneath. And release. Okay, hands on your hips. Let's heel toe our legs so they're hip width apart. And then with straight legs, we're going to do hip rotations. So taking it all the way around. Fantastic. And reverse it. Lovely. Taking our arms up to the sky, and then we're going to fold forward again. This time we're going into our windmill. So we take the left hand to the right leg, right arm in the air. Back to center, and then over to the other side. So right hand to left leg, left arm in the air. Back to center, push into your feet and take it all the way up to the sky. Great. Put your hands on your hips and take it in. And then we're going to take an outwards rotation. You can always bring your foot back to the ground or keep it in the air. Then we're going to bring it back to the front and reverse it. Inwards rotation. Now you want to point your toe and from the knee, rotate. And reverse it. And then from the ankle, and reverse it. Shake that leg out. And then we take it over to the other side. Feel free to hold on to a wall or anything like that if you need to. Outwards rotations. Find something to focus on. Meet at the front and reverse it. Point your toe from the knee. And reverse it. From the ankle. And reverse it. Excellent. Shake it out. Shake everything out. And we are ready to hoop. Starting with the cheat hand spin. So this trick is a little bit of an illusion, and especially when you do it fast, it's kind of difficult to tell whether the hula hoop is going round or not. And actually it's not. It's just moving back and forth in these half 180 rotations. The trick with this is to finger with your thumb, your index finger and your middle finger, and there you are twisting it around. So actually this is quite a simple move. You want to have a connection with the hula hoop and the floor. If it's above the floor, it's still possible, but it's not going to lead on so nicely to our next trick. You might also notice that I've positioned my right leg away from the hula hoop. I don't want to hit myself. So you can get it away by pointing your knee inwards. It also makes a nice silhouette, and yeah, and it's great for creating a nice shape here. And when you're doing this, you really want to get the feeling of understanding where the halfway point of your hula hoop is. So you're really connecting from the top to the bottom. Our next move from here is going to be the open hand spin. So this one is full, and we are using the momentum that we created in the last trick. So this back and forth 180, and in the moment where you are really putting the energy into the hula hoop, so that moment where it flicks in, you want to open up your hand and put a little bit of pressure onto your hula hoop. So you can try it both ways, in fact, when it's going out as well, and see what feels more comfortable for you. Um, and yes, I'm doing it when it's going in, but you open up your hand, keep it flat, and the hula hoop will spin kind of on the palm, on your knuckles here. Um, so you want to have contact with the hula hoop there. For our next trick, we're going to go into a swing. It's quite simple. We're shifting our weight to the left and then to the right. So moving from side to side and bringing your hula hoop and your other arm out with it too. So following on with the movement. Now from our last trick, we have the hula hoop spinning in, and it's important for you to grab the hula hoop with your wrist facing yourself. So you want the hula hoop to be in your front plane, so not in the side, not somewhere in the middle on your side plane. So as you're spinning your hula hoop, make sure that you catch it here with the wrist facing in, knuckles facing out. And from here, I'm going to shift my weight a little bit onto my right leg, which right now doesn't have any weight on it because I've been, in this little pose to to make sure that I wasn't hitting myself. But I will shift my weight onto that and then lift my left leg up, and then we have the body open to take it over to the left. Then we swing over to the right. And as you can see here, I've now stuck my thumb on the hula hoop. This allows me to have a bit more grip strength. So I have a lot more control, and it's less likely to waver, because this trick does look at its best when the hula hoop is completely vertical. As soon as it starts going a bit horizontal, it doesn't look as nice. So we really want to keep the hula hoop vertical and try and aim for this halfway point as we're bringing our hands and our hoops along side to side. As I said, it's pretty simple, but it can look pretty sweet when you're doing it all with your friends in a group. Excellent. And then from here, as with the hula hoop is out on this side, it's going to take us into our next move. So our next move is a snow globe. So we start off over here, and the wrist is facing in. This is important. We're going to shift our weight over to the left leg, and from here we start our snow globe. And thinking about where the wrist is facing, it's facing into the body. We're going to bring the hula hoop up, and then when it gets to about 45 degrees, we start to turn the wrist outwards, still maintaining this circle that we're creating until the hula hoop is again facing the body. So it's not facing out, and then we continue. And we will do this again. So picking it up, 45-degree point, rotating it out, and then taking it back to the body and around. And if you do this with a bit of momentum, a bit of force, it creates a very nice visual, and also it's a little bit easier than doing it super slow. For our next move, we are going to take the hula hoop out into our hand and get it started. So as we're going through in our sequence and we're doing our snow globe and the wrist is facing in, we then want to shift our weight to the middle and turn the wrist out. From here, you can, my wrist is facing up, and then I'm going to hold on to the hula hoop quite tight and then bring it over until the weight of the hula hoop is on the opposite side. At this point, I can let go, put my hand in a vertical position, and keep my arm super strong. If you're having a little bit of trouble with this move, you can also try by keeping, remember, this strong arm is super important. You want whoever comes over and tries to feel your muscles to feel all the muscles you really got, you know. So you can also practice by pushing with the opposite hand and getting the strength and the feeling of this move, of this simple hand hooping move. And before this sequence, we want to really learn how to start it in this more elegant way, this one-handed way, where we start with the wrist facing up, turning it over, and opening the hand. So again, when we're coming from our snow globe, we're going to bring it around, over. We then need to turn it back out, bring the hula hoop up, and turn it, rotate your wrist, and straighten your hand. I know there's quite a lot of things going on, but you can do it. So then from here, our next move is a turn to the side. We want to do this nice and on the point, on the beat. And remember, right now we have the weight in our right leg. The left leg should be able to come up. So when we do it, we want to lift the left leg and turn our body 90 degrees to face the wall. So now the hula hoop is in our side plane. Before, it was in the front plane. Here, now it's in the side plane. So we can practice this together, maintaining the hula hoop on your hand, super strong arm, vertical hand, and we're going to do a little quick turn to the side in 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn. Excellent. Let's practice that again. Standing here, hoop in the hand, and we're going to then turn 90 degrees to the direction that the hoop is going, so to away from your hula hoop, basically. Yep. So we're going to turn in 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn. Excellent. So the next move from here, we're going to learn breaks from hand hooping, changing the direction. So in our previous move, we had the hula hoop going forward in our side plane. It's very important that it's going forward because that means that when we break and change the right direction, we're always doing it in the same way. So when the hula hoop is going forwards, then you want to break it with the space of the hula hoop on top. And your hand is on the bottom, wrist facing down. Then to release it, we're going to pull it back a little bit. And again, make sure that the weight of the hula hoops is behind you. So gravity kind of does the work for you. Then you open the hand and you can do a little bob up and down. This will definitely help you get the hula hoop going. And then when you want to break it, you want to break it with all of the space underneath your hand and the wrist facing up. This then makes it a lot easier to start the hula hoop by turning your wrist forwards and opening your hand and putting it back in this vertical position. So all of our hula hoops should be going forwards right now. Let's practice breaking it. Remember, with the space on top, wrist facing down. Let's try that all together in 4, 3, 2, 1, and catch. Holding it up here. We let the weight go behind and let the hula hoop spin backwards. Now we want to catch the hula hoop with the space underneath, wrist facing up. Let's try that together. Let's do that in 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Catching the hula hoop with the wrist facing up and the space underneath, and then we want to send it forwards. So holding on tight, rotating the wrist over and down, opening the hand, and now the hula hoop is going forwards. Let's practice that again. So as the hula hoop is going forwards, we want to catch it with the hand underneath, facing down. Let's practice that together in 4, 3, 2, 1, catch, and sending it back. Now we want to catch the hand with the wrist facing up and all the space underneath. Let's try that in 4, 3, 2, 1. Catching it here. And again, we're going to send it forward by rotating our wrist there. Now, it's super important for the next move that our hula hoop is going forward. So if while we're doing the routine and you're realizing that your hula hoop is backwards, you know what to do. You've got to stop it and send it going forwards. So for our next move, we are going to be doing a 2-beat weave. This one is also known as a figure of 8 as well. And when our hula hoop is going forwards, you can feel it. It's going down, back, and around, okay? So you need to remember that this action that's already happening in our hands so we can flow nicely. Now, we're going to be starting from this position, and the hula hoop does go down, back, but this time your hand wants to cross the body, and then it comes back up and over. We'll show you from over here. So my hula hoop goes down, back, and then it crosses the body. So my whole arm is across my body, and now my hula hoop is in my left plane, my left side plane. And from here, you're going to bend at the elbow and then bring the hula hoop back over, and then leading with the thumb, taking it back into this position with the wrist facing up to the side of the hip. So right hand, right hip, wrist facing up. Let's try that again, taking it from this position, back, around, and crossing the body. Then again, leading with the thumb, bringing it over. And then it's actually a lot easier to keep it a bit loose in your fingers. Right now, I have it in 3 fingers here. And at the beginning, you're probably going to be crossing your arm around your body quite a lot. But as this move gets more refined and more smooth, then you can take it more into your wrist and it looks a little bit neater. So in our sequence, we are going to be practicing our 2-beat weave. If this is enough, you can stay here, but otherwise we're going to do one of my favorite moves, and it's to take it from the floor to the sky. Now, an important thing in this is to position your feet in a way that gives you more stability. So if our feet are together and we're bending over, it can be a little bit more unstable. So we want to have one foot in front of the other, and the hips are facing the front. So you just got a bit more stability with your feet over here. So we can go we'll be in this position, and then when we take it into our 2-beat weave, you want to step your left foot forward. Okay. So we're going to go in that 2-beat weave together. Get ready. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stepping forward and taking it into your 2-beat weave. Now from here, to do the more jazzy version, where we take it from the floor to the ground, you want to bend over. Keep your back as straight as possible. Bending over like this is not going to look very nice, and it's not going to be very good for your body. I'm also getting rid of with my left hand, you can either stick it on your back or on your hip. And we're down here at the ground, and then we want to take our hula hoop up to the sky, and then back down again. From here, we are going to do a jump through. So, this may look a little bit complicated, but actually it's pretty simple. It starts in the same way as our previous move, the 2-beat weave. So again, our wrist is in this position, next to, like, my right hand is next to my right hip. Obviously, if you're left-handed, then it's going to be next to your left hip. Anyway, so we're going to take the wrist from this position, and it's again going to go down and back. But this time, instead of crossing the body, we're going to bring the hula hoop directly in front of us. So the wrist is facing the body and the hula hoop is in the front plane. From here, we can do a small jump through and then lift the hoop high. Now, when you do this with a bit of swing, a bit of momentum, then it's more likely to spin over your head. So bringing it in towards you, jumping and lifting it up. You can also control the speed of the hula hoop, how quickly it goes in front. by how hard you hold on to your hula hoop. So if I'm doing it quite loosely, bring it around, everything goes quite quickly. However, if I want to slow down the movement of the hula hoop as it spins, I will bring it around here, and then about at this point, you can tighten your grip and then make sure it's nice and slow. However, for this routine, we're going to keep it quite fast. So just letting you know, but in general, we're going to jump through quite quickly. So let's practice that from our 2-beat weave. We have our 2-beat weave here. Then we're going to jump through in 4, 3, 2, 1. Jumping through. And then bringing the hula hoop to the front. From here, we're going to turn 90 degrees. So again, a nice clean 90 degrees. Maybe keep the left leg on the ground, bring the right leg up, turn, and then we are facing the front. This leads us on to our beat pump. So from here, I have both hands on the hula hoop, one at the bottom, one at the top, and both of them are gripping with the wrist facing down. From here, you can push the top hand and lift the bottom hand. What makes this nice and neat is when you do this simultaneously. So the hoop never leaves its space, so it doesn't go down and down, but it always maintains its flip in the same space that it is. Now, my dears, this is called the beat pump because you have to pump on the beat. So let's do it together, and we're gonna let the hula hoop go on the first beat. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do this together. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, we can control how quickly our hula hoop is spinning by how hard we grip the hoop. So, for example, we're going to do the same thing but a bit slower. We want to do it holding onto the hoop a little bit harder than we were doing before. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And from here, we get a lot of control. To end the routine, we're going to take it back to where we were at the beginning. So from our beat pump, we're going to let it down and then take our leg out to the side. During the routine, we are going to then repeat from here, so taking it down and to the side. And then at the end, we will end it how we started. So letting the hula hoop come down, taking it out to the side, and you want to have your arm out so we have a nice gesture, doing our little cheat move here, and then opening the hand. All right, now we've got all the moves down, let's try that to music. Getting ready in our starting position with our cheat handspin, full handspin in, 4, 3, 2, 1, in, and left, and left, and left, and left. Get ready for the snow go. 4, 3, 2, 1, around. Yeah, nice. Remembering that wrist position. Get ready to turn it in front. Okay, bring it in front, wrist facing forward. Hand, scoop it. And dance a little bit. You're involved too. Next we're turning to the side. 4, 2, 1, and turn. Hoops should be going forward. We're going to pause. 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. And back. 4, 3, 2, 1, break. 4, 3, 1, pause. And back. 4, 3, 2, jump through. Get ready. 4, 3, 2, 1, jump through. And turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, take it down. And then left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Left and right. No gloves. Bring it facing front. Hands in. And turn. And pause. Take it back. And pause. Take it front. And pause. Take it back. And pause. Take it front. Next we go into our 2B please. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2B please. All the way up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. Front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. We take it down to the side and pose. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little beginner sequence, and thank you for choosing to learn hoop with Hoop Plus Fit with Scarlett. Now, if you did like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also click on the links below to find out more about online classes and courses with me.